I am at Shizhuo or Shizhao. I don't really know what it's pronounced as because the character used is Zhao, but then everywhere I hear is Zhuo, so I don't know. So Alishan is known for their Oolong tea or high mountain tea, which is like a type of Oolong tea. But where most of the tea farms are actually here is Shizhuo, which is like 40 minutes away from the national park. And as you can see, as I'm walking down the road from the bus stop, which by the way, like you gotta pay attention because it's not like a big stop or anything. I'm on the way down from the bus stop and you can already see a ton of tea farms, which is really cool. And even up on the hill, you can see a ton of tea farms too. But my goal for today is to find a tea distributor. I don't want to get back too late. Mostly because I don't want to miss the bus. There's a few buses that's gonna run through this area, but you just never know, man. Bus schedule in the countryside is just hard to predict.
你是自己出来玩？你是台湾人吗？
美国来的。
美国来。
可是爸爸妈妈是台湾人。
为什么台湾人也很少会自己？
对。每次的时候都是怎么一个人？
那你中文讲得很好哎。
谢谢。
所以在家都是用中文在教他。
我说英文，爸妈说中文，这样子沟通。
然后其实我们除了分品种，我们还有分做法，就是同样这个茶树我们可以做成根据发酵程度制作过程不一样，那可以做成不一样的茶。比如说不发酵你就做成绿茶，然后像这个是半发酵茶，它属于清茶，但是清茶的那个英文叫做Oolong Tea嘛，因为它其实乌龙是算清茶类里面最有名的，所以有些人会把乌龙的品种跟乌龙的做法会把它搞混。所以像这个品种就是乌龙，然后做法是乌龙，这是清茶类的做法。那一样，如果是重发酵的话，我们就可以把它做成红茶，但是制作过程不一样。同一个茶树可以做成绿茶、乌龙茶。比较低海拔金萸，它奶香味很重。这金萸有没有跟你之前喝的不太一样？
还是尝得出金萸的味道。
闻得出来奶香。
但是相对上来说，我们这边的金萸做起来是，你会觉得喝起来比较清爽。因为有时候奶香味太重的话，就是喝多你会比较那种腻的感觉。不过一般这个茶大概可以冲个6-7次，然后因为我泡给客人喝，一般就没有冲到那么多次，因为喝比较多种茶。
这金萸茶多泡的话，那个味道会怎么变呢？会变吗？
一般的话，如果我们冲泡的话，就是第一泡大概1分钟，就是要把茶叶泡开嘛。那第二泡、第三泡不用那么久，就是时间往下降。大概第4泡以后就是时间再把它拉长，这样泡起来味道它不会差太多。就是每一泡的味道。
是用时间来控制味道。
用时间来控制。一般烘焙程度比较会呈现在这种半发酵的清茶类上面。那像刚刚你们喝的这个金萸跟这个乌龙，这都属于轻烘焙。那我们一样有烘焙比较重的中烘焙、重烘焙。那烘焙程度不一样的话，会造成那个茶叶的风味跟口感都不一样。它跟咖啡很像，咖啡是比较浅焙会比较酸，比较深焙会比较苦。那茶叶它一样，它比较浅焙的话，它比较保留那个茶叶那种清香度。那如果你烘焙比较重的话，它喝起来的口感会比较强烈。但是它里面会多一个焙火的味道在里面。我等下可以泡一个烘焙度比较重的，让你们比较看看。
不记得在哪里，可是我在一个地方看到说，高山茶的茶叶其实干的时候是闻不出香味的，是真的吗？
它其实是这么说，就是说我们在烘焙的时候啊，如果它含水量很高的话，就是你一靠近那个茶叶，你就可以闻到那个茶香，因为尤其它在有热度的时候，因为它的水分会一直散发出来，所以你在就是你闻到很香的时候，其实是它还不够干燥的时候。那你如果陪到它比较干燥的时候啊，就是因为它表皮都没有水分了，所以它没有那个水汽把那个茶香带出来。因为茶叶它的香气其实是水溶性的，所以一般我们在烘焙茶叶的时候，如果你陪到觉得整间都非常香的时候，就是代表
还没有好哦。I got some tea! Mostly for my dad and my brother because they like drinking tea. Like, I enjoy drinking tea too, but I don't drink tea by myself. But I thought it was really cool to have like this tea tasting experience. So the owner, he's the second generation, so he's the son. His family was actually one of the first families in this area to start making tea. And they were the ones who started making, like, termed the name of Alishan Tea. And so that's really, really cool. Like, he said that his dad was one of 11 children. So the offsprings, they all kind of got into the tea business. Of course, the second generations now, they also have their own businesses, so they actually have a ton of tea farms owned. That's like, they're all relatives essentially. Switching cameras because my camera died and I'm too lazy to dig out my extra batteries. What makes each shop different is the way that they make the tea, because it's based off of what they think tastes good, right? And so he was saying how buying tea is like fate. So it's fate that you stumble upon this shop in particular and drink their tea and like their tea, and therefore you buy their tea. It doesn't necessarily mean that that is like the best tea ever, but it's fate that brought you there, essentially. And what's really cool about this place also is that they offer a like DIY experience where you can make your own green tea, which I think is so cool. Like, I would totally do that, except they don't start that experience until like mid-April, because that's when the tea leaves are usually available for picking. You need to make a reservation with them ahead of time, maybe 3 to 4 days, just so they can make sure that there's actually tea leaves available for you to pick, and then so they can like go through that process with you. And I'll leave all the information on this tea farm in the description box below, so make sure you check that out. Getting lunch, and then I'm going to take the bus down. It's really hard to order for one person. There was this chicken that the tea shop owner had actually recommended to try because it's like a specialty dish here, which is they use the kucha, which is the bitter tea oil is the literal translation, but what kucha is, it basically is tea that's been put out for too long, so it like started fermenting more, so the taste is no longer as it should be, but they use that to make oil, kind of like olive oil and all of that, and then they use that to fry the chicken. But I got the noodles with that oil, and then I also got what did I even get? Oh, pork, something with pork. The waitress was really nice, so she said that she can make some of the soups into one serving as well. So, tip for you if you're coming here sometime. bad for taking up this whole table, but at the same time, there was no small tables left, so probably no hike because can't see anything in this weather. It was so interesting that when we were drinking tea, the mist in the cloud like actually came into the shop, and I was like, whoa, all of a sudden you can't see anything. Lunch was pretty good. For one person, what I ordered, the 2 dishes, turned out to be $270. The noodles were 70 NT and the pork was 200 NT for the small dish. So not terrible. It's definitely more expensive than my usual meals, of course. We are here and all the collection, the network of trails is here. And so it's like 3 hours to do it all. So you could do it in like a half day, but again, in this weather, probably not. There's not much to see. I talked a little bit about this in my Alishan video, but I was saying how I feel like I made a mistake in the way that I booked my stay, and I still do kind of agree. I don't think 2 nights in Alishan Park was necessary. I do think it is nice on the off chance that you don't get a good sunrise view on the first day, then you have the second opportunity to see it again, because it's like 1 in every 3 chances that you'll get a good sunrise view, right? It all just depends on the weather. Like today was really bad, but yesterday was really good. What I would have done differently, I think, is instead of staying 2 nights in Alishan, I would have done 1 night in Alishan and then 1 night here in Shizhuo, because there are a ton of bed and breakfasts, and the bed and breakfasts are really cool because they're usually owned by these tea farm owners, so it's like an extra income to them. Like the shop that we went to today, Lin Yuan, they also do have their own bed and breakfast where they offer the tea tasting, they offer meals and all that. So you can kind of get that same experience, but you have more time to enjoy it if you stay overnight here. And then you can also do the trails in the mornings when the weather is nicer, stuff like that. So that's kind of how, if I could rebook my trip, that's how I would do it. I would still stay overnight in Jiayi beforehand to come up, before coming up, because you want to take advantage of the bus that leaves earlier or the trains that leave earlier, or the train, there's only 1 train on weekdays anyways. So you kind of have to stay overnight in Jiayi. There are a ton of hostels and hotels in the area. I really enjoyed my hostel, Fun Time Hostel. It's like 3 blocks away from the train station, and the amenities were really nice. They also offer toast in the morning with milk. But yeah, now I'm just waiting for the bus to come so I can go back to Jiayi, and that is it. So thanks for watching my tea experience, and I will see you guys next week. Bye!